Medicare offering new features. Now these are pretty proactive in regards to you, the beneficiary, you, the Medicare beneficiary. Hip and knee surgery. Joint replacements are the most common surgical procedure for Medicare beneficiaries. That would be you over 65-year-olds or disabled. Starting in April, hospitals in 67 metro areas and communities will be responsible for managing the total cost of hip and knee replacements. So basically, it's so expensive. And if you have a supplement, you're paying through the nose for the supplement almost $275 a month. You'll have a zero copay. But a lot of clients are on managed care or Medicare Advantage plans. They have a $400 a day with Connecticut, $440 to be exact, for days 1 through 4. That's a lot of out-of-pocket cost. As you know, 4 times 4 is 16, so that's $1,600. And then 440 times 4 is another $160. $1,760. Right? Now, you know me, I'm Mr. Anal, so I'll check it, but I am pretty darn sure I'm correct because that's what I do. 440 times 4, therefore equals $1,760. $1,760. Now, that's quite an outlay of money for you. So they're trying to coordinate the hip surgery to be better for you and seamless and more affordable. So if anyone has any hip surgeries calling, I'm going to take that caller on line 1. I believe I know who it is. It's my 120 call. Michael Regan, Medicare You. How can I help you?
Hi, Michael. I was just calling to give some...
So this is my caller, and I am very good friends with this family. No names, caller, for HIPAA reasons. Let's not have any exposure to yourself. But this scenario has been bothering me. If you listen to my show, you heard me give a tribute to a very good friend of mine, Dadu, and I can't say any names, but that is sufficient because this person on the line and I were both very affected. We will not name the hospital and we will not name the insurance company, but we have a very disturbing story, and I had to finally get it off my chest. I've hinted about it, and then I finally convinced the daughter-in-law, look, I just need your help. You, the people, have to know that this is happening, and it could not be at a better time. Because of the hospice flexibility, it's now getting phased in where you will continue to receive curative care. But this woman and I lived it. Go ahead and tell our story.
My father-in-law was in the hospital after having some issues, and he had, gotten over those issues and fell and ended up in the hospital, and he was doing better, as though the hospital said, but he didn't quite, he needed more medical care.
Acute
than
care.
The short-term facility could give him.
Right.
And the insurance company refused for him to go to Gaylord.
And they didn't only refuse it. We had appeal after appeal, peer-to-peer after peer-to-peer. You and I went to the hospital myself to try to intervene with the case manager at the hospital. This woman and I won't forget this. Let's talk about the first thing, unfortunately, him losing his arm. That was...
Right.
I'd never seen her husband, who's a rock, guy's a stud, well up. I've never seen this particular individual. He's not a crier. He's not, he might be compassionate behind the scenes, but in the face of the audience, he is staunch. He's hard. And we were all so upset. We're like, what do you mean he's got to lose his arm? So that was the first blow to us. Then the second blow was the answer no. Now, we are not going to say a carrier. It's one of the major players in the industry. But they looked at, and this woman will confirm, and this is why I'm talking about it on the airwaves, they looked at the age of the person, the finances of the person, and the type of policy the person had, and they said, nope, sorry. Basically, this person died very shortly after. Is that not correct?
Yes, he was sent to a short-term...
Right. No, and don't drag that place through the mud because I love that family.
I just said he was sent to a short-term facility.
Yeah, so...
And within a week, he was sent back to the same... Well, actually went to a different hospital.
Right.
And he was told that he didn't have much longer.
Right, and we didn't have much longer, and it deteriorated quickly. You have to pay attention, my seniors out there. If you are over 65, get your house in order. Talk with your family. This particular individual we didn't know what he wanted us to do. We tried to communicate with him, and he always seemed fine. He was always like, oh, I'm bouncing back. We lost him so quickly. And the honest answer, we know it was an actuarial science decision. They looked at the good risk to bad risk and said, this acute care facility isn't in our network, and we're not going to discuss any names, and it's going to cost us more to override it and pay them whatever fee they want to bill us. We're going to make it mandatory that they stay in network. And unfortunately, he passed. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for telling your story. There aren't a lot of people out there paying enough attention. He is lucky that he had his entire team around him. If it was a gentleman without such a strong family, it would have happened quicker. And if it weren't for you and I, there would have been a much easier discharge from the hospital. I feel so correct, right?
Right.
I mean, we had fought like tooth and nail. And there's no fee. I'm not an attorney. My best friend's an attorney. I can't send you a bill for my consultation. I just cried tears of sadness because I did have a very good relationship with this gentleman. I've known his family for 21 plus years. I remember pulling up to the yellow raised ranch, and the husband looked me right in the eye and said, no, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to work every day. And this guy fulfilled his dream. And I really feel the insurance let us down that day, and it was a tough day. So if you have a scenario like that, please reach out to your loved ones. Try to get your house in order. Make sure you have a rock-solid plan, because when things happen, they happen quickly. And unfortunately, we had no flexibility. We couldn't beat the big bully up. In this case, we had to just succumb and do what we were told and roll over and play dead. So to my friend who called in, thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate you caring about me, the show, and I'm sorry for your loss.